Hello and welcome to Speak of the Devils. I'm your host, Flynn Reardon, and we have quite an eventful show for you tonight. But first, let me introduce our lovely guests who are joining us, Joey Carroll and Jack Lynch.
Well, that's nice. We've not been called lovely lately.
Hey, Flynn, good to be here.
So, you two are both comedians,
That's true.
so make us laugh.
No pressure.
Wow. Well, we're not used to working a crowd this big.
All right.
This is all tape, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So, how long have you two been doing stand-up comedy, or comedy in general?
Ooh, 25 years?
Yeah.
25 years, yeah. Yeah, 25 years, I think.
In a row.
In a row, 25 fabulous years.
25 years.
I
spread
met
out.
Jack immediately upon entering this wonderful vocation, and man, if only I had the presence of mind to just run away at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hosting what we'd call in comedy a bloodbath. I don't know if we can say bloodbath on cable.
It was a bloodbath, and
in North Reading, and that's where I met Joe. And we've been friends ever since.
it's true. Roommates.
Roommates, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen Jack in a towel. Eat your heart out, kids. Okay, follow that, Flynn.
So, we have obviously a birthday hat here for you. 'Cause
Yes.
Yesterday, a little
Yes.
birdie told me that yesterday was your birthday.
I wonder how that Facebook thing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit the double nickel for you kids at home. That's 55.
So happy birthday.
Thank
to
you. Thank you.
And how was your birthday?
Wonderful. I went for a swim in the Atlantic Ocean. It was very cold. I was the only one swimming yesterday, as a matter of fact.
I can imagine.
Well, it is February, so
Yeah.
I don't know if they rerun this show sometime in August.
How was the
People are gonna
parking?
list
Was the
everything.
parking?
Easy. Easy parking. It was great. It was, and you know, when I set up my towel, nobody set up next to me like they usually do. It was great.
It's good.
So I had that going for me, which was nice.
Nobody put their umbrella directly in front of you?
Not at all. Not at all.
That's good.
It was lovely.
So, Jack, you were telling us earlier about your inspirations for comedy. Bozo the Clown, Mr. Rogers. Do you have any other?
Yeah, any others? Let's see, any others? Actually, I mean, officially, it was probably more like old-time TV hosts like Johnny Carson and believe it or not, actually early Jay Leno, and then a lot of Boston guys like Steve Sweeney, Lenny Clark, late 70s, early 80s. Or, you know, well, they kind of, I just got a kick out of the fact that someone did this for a living.
Yeah.
And to me, that was amazing. Because I always enjoyed making my friends laugh, and the fact that someone would pay someone to do that just...
Sounded like a good scam, didn't it?
That's how it did. And for many years, when I got the check, I still feel like I tricked someone. Like, because I just had a blast, and here's your check. So, yes.
What about you, Joey? You have any?
I go back pretty much the same way. Carson was a big influence, and George Carlin, and the Banana Splits. Can't forget the Banana Splits. They were fantastic.
Tra-la-la.
La 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 la.
Everyone's going to Google that as soon as they see this.
You know, what are they talking about? And the old sitcoms like the Dick Van Dyke Show with Maury Amsterdam, who I named my tapeworm after, Maury. And a lot of people don't know that. He's not a real tapeworm. It's just something I use in restaurants to get an extra meal. But I make it work. But so I've had some good influences like that. Richard Pryor, and now Nick DiPaolo. You know, like Jack said, the local guys. Stephen Wright. I don't think anybody ever watched Stephen Wright and didn't feel inspired because he just delivered material in a completely different way.
Yeah.
Completely different way. Everybody else, when you hear the premise, you go, okay, they're going to go one of 3 or 4 ways, and then Stephen would do a joke, and you go, oh, I didn't see that coming. And he'd just keep doing that. You go, okay, so there is still a way to do this, to bring a fresh voice to it. I haven't found it, but,
Searching.
But I know it is.
Still searching. And he did the one-liners with no segue. There was no rhyme or reason which direction he was taking it.
So you guys are both local, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you grow up? Like, locally, I mean.
Oh, I grew up in Cambridge, Mass, and I got out late one night. I went over the wall. They didn't have the barbed wire up at that point in time, which was nice. And Then I moved away. I moved all the way over to Revere, which was good. Then I moved from Revere, I moved to Medford because I like brick stairs and lions on them. But now I'm in Winthrop. Winthrop by the Sea, as they call it, because Winthrop by the waste treatment plant doesn't sound as nice on a postcard.
Good point.
Yeah. But I lived in Medford with Jack. I mean, it was an amazing time. Remember with the Jumbotron? Oh, things were good back then.
Had like a drive-in screen movie TV. And I grew up in Woburn, actually right next door, and which explains the third arm growing out of my back. Some people would understand that, some will not. And, I'll tell you, Woburn had a slight problem with the water, and I'll sum it up for you quickly. People in Mexico tell you not to not drink the water in Woburn.
Hola.
Some of you will get that. You'll be Googling that later.
Yeah. So another question I have is, how did your first stand-up go?
Oh, mine could not have gone better. It was ridiculous. I was at the Billerica 99, and because that's the hub of show business, and it was, what do they call that room? The like the garden.
The greenhouse.
The greenhouse.
The greenhouse at the Billerica Nines, yeah.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. I was so frightened by going on that I was in the parking lot dry heaving, and I went on, had a great set. People like chanted my name at the end, and never did that again. But it was just, but it was honestly, it was just magical. It was like, wow, this is how it works. I remember driving home thinking, wow, it's going to be like this every time, and no, it's not. It's not like that every time. They yell your name sometimes, but that's usually when they don't like you.
Yeah.
And there's no more dry heaving, I'm assuming.
Oh, no. Now I projectile vomit before a show. No, now there's no
So it's
nerve.
progressed.
It's funny because like Jack and I will do these shows where there'll be like industry people there or showbiz people there, and that doesn't bother us. What bothers us is if 20 of your family and friends show up. That's when you don't want to have a bad set.
Yeah, it's more nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I always equate it with, when I play my hometown, I equate it with like being Evel Knievel. They don't care if you hit the wall or you go over it. They just want to be there. And if you hit the wall, they're like, he was never funny. But if you do really well, then they're like, I knew him my whole life. You know? So you can't win.
Yeah.
It's a weird, yeah, it's more intimidating when you know the crowd. It's better if you're in front of strangers. It's better. And I'm assuming you want to know my first time?
Yeah.
Was,
Stand up, Jack. Stand up.
right. First time officially doing stand-up. I dabbled in it in the 80s, but the first time I did it that I thought was official and I was more organized was I think it was 1990, Catch a Rising Star in Harvard Square, 91. And it went well, but what happened was I went really fast. And I just remember the host saying, I came off, I memorized 10 minutes because I figured I was going to forget most of it. So I was supposed to do 5. So I did just under 5 minutes and walked off. And I remember the host just said, great jokes, kid, but slow it down. Because I literally just went from one joke to the next, and I didn't let the crowd laugh and relax and move on. So
That's how long ago it was. Somebody referred to you as kid.
Yes.
Man, 91. So I came along in 92.
Yeah.
So,
Wowza.
do you have any advice to anyone who wants to get into comedy or start doing stand-up?
All I think is Frank Santarelli says, the business doesn't need you. No.
Write, constantly write. Keep writing. You know, when you have a thought, write it down because you'll think that you're going to remember it and you won't. And it's really frustrating. So carry some type of recording device, maybe one of those, what do they call those new magic, the smartphones? They have those. They have a recording app. I think they call them apps. They have an app. You record it. So if you have a note, you make a note to your phone, and then you can replay that later and go, oh yeah, I wanted to say that because it was funny. Then when you hear it, you'll go, well, maybe it wasn't as funny as I thought. But write, constantly write in stage time. Get on stage as much as you possibly can. It doesn't matter if you're in a nice room or a bad room, get on stage as much as you can. In bad rooms, you actually grow a little bit more because you learn to take a beating.
Yeah, you learn to not take it personal when they don't laugh. And a lot of it is, I've had an old a veteran comic. This crazy advice he said to me. He said, get used to bombing, like, because it's hard at first to not personalize it and like these, and blame the audience or whatever. But just get up there and just get used to it's okay. And it's all about getting comfortable on stage. And after a while, it gets to a point where 9 times out of 10 it's going to go well, and you're able to shift gears or kind of figure out what the crowd needs or is looking for, and able to pull some laughs out of it.
Yeah. And it's not life or death. You know what I mean? If you have a bad set, you still get to go home at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So the other thing I know is you're involved in a charity called Right Turn, or an organization.
Oh, yeah. Right Turn. I actually found it through Jack. Jack was already involved with Right Turn when I came in. How long ago was that?
It's
10 plus years, maybe?
even more. It's about 14 or so years ago.
Wow.
And Right Turn, for you folks who don't know what it is, it's a place that used to be in Arlington. It's now in Watertown, and what they do is they have addiction services for creative people that are in the arts, musicians, comedians, actors, writers, people that are struggling with any kind of substance use, which tends to happen a lot in the entertainment world.
Or any type of addictive behavior with food issues or anything.
Yeah, food,
Gambling.
Right.
Like betting the next sub coming through the door, that kind of thing.
And they basically dispel a lot of people believe you can't be creative without substances. They're famous writers over the years and musicians who kind of bought into this. And basically we dispel that and say you can be completely stone cold sober and be very creative. And actually your work is better.
So do you incorporate it into your shows when you do shows? Or is it kind of like you do the shows, but it's more to sponsor the organization?
Oh, we do it. There's a couple of fundraising shows we do for them. We'll do one big one every year at the Regent Theater, and then every now and then a smaller one at the venue itself at Right Turn. They actually have a performance space as well, so it's not just a place for meetings or what have you. They have a nice performance space where they have. They have what they call the Sober Cafe every Saturday.
Every Saturday night.
And they'll have either music or they'll have poetry or comedy or something. But it's a good outlet for people to go, and it's a safe outlet where some people, especially new to sobriety, they don't want to be in a bar around the drinking right away. They want to get their feet a little more stable before they put themselves in that situation. So we'll do a show there every now and then, or the big one at the Regent, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the money goes to help defray costs of treatment for some people, or a scholarship fund, or because addiction and mental health services, the money tends to get cut. That's like the first thing that gets cut all the time. So they're always looking for other ways to fund treatment, and so we fully believe in what they're doing. So we try to help them as much as we can. So
yeah. So another question is, I know you told me about famous comedians that influenced your comedy. Did your parents or anyone in your immediate family influence your comedic sense?
Yeah. My mother and my brother. My mother was possibly the funniest person I ever met, and my brother was the quickest wit I ever met. And huge influence on me that way. Because even when times were hard, we'd laugh. We always had that, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, my mother was totally silly. It was very silly. And I would say something ridiculous to her, and she would say something just as ridiculous back. Like, there was no hesitation, with joking around. And then my dad had a kind of darker sense of humor, so I think I picked up both their senses of humor in different ways. And I was the oldest, so I got a kick out of making my 3 sisters laugh. And, and 3 sisters, and then eventually my friends in the neighborhood, so.
But were your families, when you first started comedy, were they supportive?
No, not really. Not really. They thought I was crazy. I had a good job. I was making good money, but I wasn't happy. And I went, I'd rather do this and be happy. And went, yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. And I went, no, it does. And then as things progressed and I actually started getting, better gigs and better paying gigs and got to travel, they were kind of on board with it at that point. They went, okay, it's not just another one of his crazy Ralph Cramden notions. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. That's for certain. You'll see people come in over the years, and it's like they've got the 3-month plan, and it's not that at all. If you don't really enjoy what you're doing, it's not for you. And it's great because I got to meet a lot of people and get involved with a lot of great fundraising groups and great supportive people and funny people, and some of the best friends I have are from comedy. So that's a good thing. But my mother was beside herself that I was thinking of doing. Yeah. It was like I told her I was going to join the circus. It was like, what? You're selling real estate. I'm not happy. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, my family was very supportive.
Really?
Yeah, they actually were. I actually had an uncle who called me. It was funny. He goes, "Do you need a microphone?" Like he didn't know what you do. Do you need a microphone? Do you need lights? Like he thought I was just
hysterical.
Like we were the Little Rascals setting up a
that's
show
great.
somewhere or something.
Is that where your lights came from?
No, those came from Des, but later on. But he was just and I was just going to clubs and doing open mics. But they were very supportive, and all my friends were very supportive, and they came out a lot in the first couple of years. And I literally thought when I did that people were going to say, "What are you doing that for? Like, why are you doing this?" But they're all like, "Oh, this is cool." Like they were glad that I started doing it. And even when I went up there and did horribly, they still laughed because they thought it was funny, or they got the inside part of it or something. But so they were great.
All right, we're going to take a short break, but right now we have the next segment is the Mindless Mini-Skit Movie from Ethan Russo and Nick Connolly. So here is the Mindless Mini-Skit Movie 2.7.
Ethan.
What? Huh? Yeah?
Ethan.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Ethan.
What?
Ethan.
Yeah.
Ethan.
What?
Ethan.
What do you want?
Did you clean your room recently? Looks
Yeah,
very
yeah.
neat.
Yeah, I did.
Dude.
Everything-
Wow.
Yeah, everything's out of the way.
It's so organized.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, wait. I forgot this Capri Sun.
Oh, okay.
Let's go throw that out.
All right.
How did you? No.
Suh.
No.
Bye.
What? No. I have a package for Flip-Tendo.
For who?
Flip-Tendo.
It's Flynn
I do not care. How?
Okay. Wow. It is a red and white non-copyrighted orb. That's going on the mantle.
Oh,
Who are you?
I am a genie.
A genie?
Yeah.
You make jeans?
Not exactly. Actually, I make wishes. You have one wish, man. What do you want? What do you want?
Can I have more time to think of what wish I want?
No, that's not in the rulebook. Actually, just to try to think of something.
I wish I had infinite wishes.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why would you wish for infinite wishes?
Because then I'd have infinite wishes.
But I can't leave. Dude, no offense, but...
Alright, I want a train.
Why? A train? You don't even have any tracks.
Right, why are you questioning what I want?
What? Am I not allowed to question why you're making such
Why are you here?
wishes?
Why were you in my Bluetooth speaker?
Because I live in your Bluetooth speaker.
I don't want that.
You think that Bluetooth speaker just makes it? No. Technology isn't that advanced. That's me. Boy.
Can I have a sandwich? Don't even say it.
Sandwich.
Yeah.
You want
Oh, a sandwich.
one wish? Sandwich?
Yeah, well, if you're gonna question every other wish I get, then yeah.
Your sandwich? I can get you a sandwich. You know where it is?
Where's it?
It's in the kitchen.
What? Really? What?
Are you tired of not being able to cut your apples?
Not really.
Well, you need the apple slicer.
The apple slicer is a revolutionary product that lets you slice apples. Isn't it just amazing? Don't you see? Oh, hey, Nick, you want an apple slice?
That's offensive.
I want one.
I want this one.
I hate you.
I want this one.
Delicious apple.
How's it going?
In the arms of the angel, fly away.
Wasn't that interesting? Well, next we have an extra special treat, a sneak peek of an all-new Pixar film coming someday. How do we get a hold of this? Anyway, let's take a look.
This story happened in a world just like yours, in a town just like yours. You just might have never knew it was happening right under your seat. This is a story of a lovable group of chairs. Once upon a time, a group of misfit chairs were delivered to a high school from a chair factory. They were left in the lobby of a library, soon to be distributed to their assigned rooms, offices, and workshop areas. And it was not soon after these chairs were left alone, they realized they were alive.
Why are you talking to us? Stool, you aren't even a chair.
Cheer.
Shut up, Stool.
I'm old, I'm wooden, and you are not a chair.
Look, I'm almost as tall as you, but at least I'm a chair.
Sports! I'm gonna defend him, but only because I'm the main character. Other than that, I really want to criticize you right now.
I guess since you're doing it, we'll all agree.
Yeah.
Oh snap, yo! The new trailer for Cars 3 just dropped. I need to sit down and take this in. Stool's comfier than it looks. Uh-oh, got a fart. Thank God no one was around for that.
How dare that man? He killed one of our own.
Oh my god, he's like not even one of us. Oh my god.
He isn't one of us, man.
It wasn't a stool.
Doesn't mean anything. He's still a form of chair. You people just never saw it. I saw it.
He doesn't have arms or a back. He isn't one of us.
Yeah, but he had a place. He was a chair, all right?
No one liked him.
I did.
No one likes you.
That's true.
He may not have been a chair, but that man killed him by sitting on him. We must not have the same fate.
We could be next. We could be dead next.
That will not happen. we will escape.
Look, I see an exit over there.
Hurry, run for it. Oh, wait, we can't. We're chairs.
Hey, don't think that way. We just gotta believe. We have legs in our hearts. Sports! Whoa, look at the variety. I don't know what to say. This one looks good. How does this come up? I don't feel comfortable.
Hey, tall chair, why don't you come over here with me for a second?
Oh, okay. Sports!
You're looking pretty tall today.
Thank you.
Wow, that one had me on the edge of my seat. Get it? Chairs? Anyway, we have the special BCAT Ukulele Corner with Speak of the Devil's own Maddie Shipka and BHS TV advisor Chris Flaherty.
Hi, and welcome to the first Ukulele Corner of Speak of the Devils and BCAT TV. I'm Maddie Shipka.
I'm Chris Flaherty. So, Maddie, how long have you been playing ukulele?
What time is it? About 6 hours.
That's not true.
Couple, maybe like 6 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been playing?
Not as long as you have. I got this for a gift, Christmas 2010. I gave up after a few months. And then, I don't know, for some reason I brought this in. I think you said something about ukuleles. And then I brought it in, and then you got your own. And then you've been like hounding me to learn for a while, so I finally decided, you know what, she's right, I should know how to play this instead of it just being a prop. So I'm learning. I know how to strum.
Because you brought it in today and it was completely out of tune.
Then the C chord, you showed me the C chord. Well, actually, no, you didn't show me the C chord. I learned this one on my own.
Nice.
And then A minor, you showed me this one. And then F. This one? This one.
That string?
That.
First, yeah.
This
string.
This string?
No, the other one. The down
one.
That one.
Yep.
And this one goes there.
You've written songs and stuff, right?
Of course I have, yeah.
Why don't you play something?
Okay. We're good at this.
Well, one of us is.
You know, I'm sorry. I'm still learning.
No, it's you. It's not me. It's definitely not me.
He's learning, though. That's progress. Progress is key. So if you're trying to learn an instrument, just, you know, progress.
This is A minor, right?
Yes, that is A minor.
Okay. So until next time, she's Maddie Shipka.
And he's Chris Flaherty.
We'll see you next time. Let's do that again. Nope. All right, ready? 1, 2. You're doing chords. That's not fair.
Well, that's all the time we have, folks. So to our guests, Jack Lynch and Joey Carroll, thank you for joining us. And thank you to all the lovely people at BCAT who would contribute to making this show. Until next time, I'm Flynn Reardon. Good night, everybody.